Let's start with the big question of oral. Your boss have made it a point to update the nation regularly. Where are we with oral since the committee presented its work and from the last update?
Yeah, thank you. Let me just put things in perspective. Oral basically is to pursue things that belong to the state, which we believe have been, taken away from the state into private pockets unlawfully. And we are not just pursuing the persons who are suspected to have stolen these things, but we are also pursuing the stolen items themselves. If it is money, to recover. If it's money, we want to recover the money. If it is any physical asset, the aim is to recover it. To do that, you are caught in between the desire to recover and the rule of law. So the law provides guarantee for persons who are subject of criminal proceedings. So you have to balance the desire to recover, to prosecute, and to bring people to justice, as well as the rule of law, which protects human rights, which protects these persons and materials from state, interferences. Now, if we take the criminal procedure, so let's begin with, let me give you an outline of what actually we have to do. So you see, the criminal proceedings begin from complaint. So there are about 7 steps. The first one is that somebody must make a complaint, or there is a complaint or suspicion, reasonable suspicion of a public officer or of a police officer. So that's the beginning. So when the person brings the complaint, the next thing you do is to commence investigation. So that's the second stage, investigations. Investigations basically to gather evidence, because when a person comes to tell you that this person has stolen this money, and he even gives you some documents or even some evidence of it, you cannot just carry what he has given you or the information to court. You need to confirm the veracity of this evidence and whether they are even things that can survive scrutiny in the court. So that will require you to conduct further investigation. Now, after investigation, you now come to docketing. That's the third stage. That is, you are building dockets from the investigation. So the investigators go out there, they bring you huge boxes of documents. Some of them are relevant, some of them are not. And so the investigators, the attorneys, we do the docketing. We look at the evidence they bring. We build a docket out of the evidence. Now, this docket is not just materials that you think will help you to convict the accused. The law says that even materials that will make you give the accused a defense, or we call them exculpatory, materials, the things that the defense can rely on to even go scot-free, you have to provide all that. So you build a docket. Then, after the end stage of the docket is to draft your charge sheet. So you see, it will take you several weeks of building the docket. Then you now arrive at the conclusion that these are the charges that I have to bring against the accused. That involves a lot of thinking, a lot of analysis, a lot of strategy. Because the fact that the person has stolen and you have evidence of stealing doesn't mean that you should go by stealing. It could be that there's another offense which is more likely to be proved, or which has even better chances of success. So you weigh all this, then you finish your charge sheet. Then you now charge the accused person. The suspect then he becomes an accused person. And now you start the arraignment. So I think the 5th stage is arraignment. To arraign the person before a court. Now carry the person to court, and then they read the charges, they read the facts to the person, then they ask him to plead, whether guilty or not guilty. Then the trial begins. And within this trial, there are so many things. First of all, you have to do disclosures, and then do case management conference to put the accused person on notice that this is the body of evidence we have against you. Have a look at all of them. There's also another body of evidence that we believe would help you to win the case. Take all of them, look at them, and then decide which one you want to object to, which one you don't want to object to. So we conduct case management conference to agree on that.